Must be outside.
Hey. Okay, boys. Good to see you all. Thanks for being here. How's your week been?
Good. Until it's all over, I've got to go back to work tomorrow, so let's not talk about that.
Oh.
But no public holiday.
No public holidays. I could use a sickie, but I've just had 2 weeks off, so I better not.
Drew, you've had almost a week off, right?
Almost a week. I went back today to get that overtime, but yeah, I had 6 days off, so pretty good. Can't complain.
Hit some gems along the way. We'll talk a little bit about one of those come later in the show because you got one up for raffle that we'll discuss. We'll say good day to a few people in the chat. Cue up the boys' funny voices. Original War, that's a new one to the channel, so thanks for being here.
Original War.
I'm not sure that was a funny voice or like a demon, but
no, it was more of a when you watch the videos and you got the preview at the start coming soon as the Original War.
We've got Booking Stuff 2020. We've got Watcher Adam. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. We've got Kara. I'll give this one to Drew.
Fuck, forget how to do it. Crypto shop, nerd.
Toby.
Bit rusty tonight, sorry.
Mum's in the house. Good to see you. Who else is here? Opta Thrift, Jazz Cell. I don't know who that is. Some rando.
Jazzy.
David is here. Ben and Tamara. Stay in your own lane. Jake Stewart, Gimbal, Michaela, and yeah, it looks like we've caught up with everyone, which is awesome. So, boys, I guess it's been another week in the wide world of reselling. So, what's been happening? What is? I know that you hit the op shops yesterday with Frankie, Rob, and I'm presuming a video is going to come out.
Yes, on Friday we did that. I didn't edit it yesterday or today because I was once again playing a little bit of video games. And on my 2 weeks off, I was doing a lot of me time. So I'll get that edited next weekend. So then the following week that will come out and I'll have a look at that. But me and Frank got some good stuff. We did 16 op shops in 9 hours and I was fucking cooked at the end of it. And then we got traffic because we were in Perth. So we got the traffic, after work traffic at 4:30 on the way home. So it took us ages to get home as well. So that was a pretty good day, but damn, Frankie, he gets in there and he gets to the good spots before you do. Yeah.
He's all over it, eh?
He's over it. He was all over it. But I found some gems over him and he found some gems over me. But you'll see them all. Basically, I didn't film inside the thrift stores. We just filmed everything that we got afterwards, and it was absolutely pissing down with the rain that day as well. But 9 hours, whew, that was hard. But he wants to do it again in a few weeks. And oh man, if we can do more than 16.
You might have to prep for that one. Might have to get you some meals ready and stuff by the sounds of it.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Frankie is a fantastic organizer. He is such a good organizer for your $5 thrift challenge and all that. He had a map and everything. So I drove and he mapped the whole way. And we went to stores that we both hadn't been to ever before that we found, like church ones and all that. And we found heaps. It would have been like 18, I think, thrift stores, but there was about 3 of them that weren't open, church ones that we got to. But yeah, he maps out good. So he's a very, very good organizer.
Switched on, old Frankie.
Switched on. It's good when you got good someone riding shotgun there doing that for you.
Good sidekick. We got one of my mates, Malcolm Lewis, in the chat. Good to see you, mate.
Louis.
Rack Raiders. That's what he gets called, Lewis. Sell quick, ship quick, dropping in from Los Angeles. Good to see you. Sinister's here as well. Good to see you. What was that, sorry, Drew?
Someone do a voice for that, for the sell quick. That's a tongue twister almost. It's hard to do.
That's like seashells by the seashore. Yeah. I'll give it a crack.
Back up. Sell quick, ship. Oh, you can't do it. Sell quick, ship quick. Yeah, sell quick, ship. No, can't do it.
We were talking a little bit before the live today, Tilly and Bo, about like long thrift days and how like you hit that wall pretty hard, and if you're not like drinking water through the day and like fueling yourself properly, man, that wall is pretty thick. I've hit it a few times. You what about yourself, Flipper? What's been happening with you? I know that things are still sort of ticking along and working towards that full-time life now.
Yeah, still working towards it. I actually had this week off as well. Earlier in the week, Kate started getting the sniffles, and you know what that means in this day and age. She had to get the big fucking plug up the nose. So, waited for results and stuff. Eli couldn't go to daycare, so I had the week off and looked after him. So, not a lot of sourcing went on. I went out start of the week and got a little bit of stuff. Went out today and actually did a little bit of RA stuff and picked up some bits and pieces, but it's been kind of scattered. So, sales have been pretty good until today. They just dropped and died in the arse. Other than that, I sold the caravan, so I got $4,000 out of that, so I'm happy with that. And everything else is just cruising along. So happy as Larry.
You've got to be happy with that. Megan Jordan's here. Your caravan flip is pretty unique. So you kind of bought that initially to do up and sell, right? And then you just haven't had time to do it, but you still made a profit on it,
Yeah, still made a profit on it. Did some work on it, but I didn't complete it. That was the whole thing I wanted to do, was complete it and get it out. And I probably could have made a couple more grand on it, easy enough. But, there was a lot of water damage through it, so I replaced walls, painted, refloored it, carpet, lino, all that sort of stuff, a few bits and pieces. But there was just kind of a few things left to do, and it's just sat there for that long. Reselling, I've got pretty hardcore into that now, and it's just kind of taken all my time between that and, being a dad and all that sort of stuff. The caravan actually became extra storage for me, and that was it in the end. So I thought, it's just sitting there, wasting away. Send it off to someone that can finish it. There was only basic stuff like curtains and electrical and stuff to do, but I didn't have the time to do it. So bloke that picked it up said he does it for a living, does them up, flips them. So glad it's going to a good home, and hopefully I get to see the final product, see what he does with it. But yeah, it was pretty unique. But I actually bought that before I was a proper reseller as such.
Flip life there.
Yeah.
I've got Lane in the chat. Kara's saying if you don't feed us, we get hungry. You know that if you don't feed us, we get grumpy, which is true. You know what they say, feed the beast, otherwise the beast gets hungry. Jazz is finished your passes. Drew, I know that you just said you've 6 days off and you guys have been out a few times. I know you did a bit of a try and haul for Depop vid. We got another one coming through, or did you cram it all into that one? Or
so we had the whole week off together, with the exception of today. We were going to go visit my parents, but in a bit of a new hotspot here in Western Sydney, so they didn't want to drive down and potentially infect the area, I guess you would say. We went thrifting sort of locally all week. Did a couple of full days and a couple of half days. We shot a few videos. Our main priority this week was just getting a bunch of inventory in case shit gets worse and gets locked down further potentially. So we shot, there's probably 2 more videos we got coming out. Nothing crazy, just in car sort of thrift tours, not much in shop footage. We just wanted to get those items.
It is very hard to sort of like shoot and thrift at the same time and make it like a proper story. Like when you're out there trying to get stuff for your store, to actually film it, unless you're wearing body cam, and even then it's not easy. It's very hard to do. So anyone that's putting out thrift videos would definitely understand that. So
either too many people, or like there was 2 stores we went to that we were the only customers and they were just watching. They were just watching us the whole time. So you couldn't film, or there's music on, so you can't really film. You get a copyright strike and all that shit.
Yeah, I did. It is difficult. I did want to give you guys a bit of a share screen on something you guys picked up and are raffling off. Now, I don't know how many spots you got left in the old raffle, but you guys picked up this amazing Rip Curl, is it a ski jacket or just a normal jacket?
A ski jacket, yeah. It does have waterproofing and stuff. this Sarah has to get credit for this one because I was over the store 20 minutes before we grabbed this, and there was a huge rack of winter wear, and there was a few other, I don't think they were resellers, they were more just like trendy sort of uni students that were like raiding that area. And Sarah went and grabbed this one. So yeah, if I had have nagged her to get out earlier, I wouldn't have got it. But yeah, it's an 80s rip curl, like ski snow jacket. It's a women's size 14, I believe. But yeah, we decided it'd be a cool sort of thing to raffle it off with other resellers and sort of vintage Instagram sellers. Raffle things off. It's just a fun way to get rid of it. Whether someone wants to keep it for themselves or to resell it on, it's got plenty of value in it. So yeah, we've got a raffle going. There's now 2 spots left. $20 will cover the postage and everything like that in Australia. And we have a cheeky little runner-up prize as a sort of thank you for jumping in the raffle.
It's a pretty sick item. Like to find that in an op shop is pretty crazy. And when you do find stuff like that, I often like go extra hard in that shop because I'm like, if this is here, what else is coming? So did you find anything else in that particular one? Was there anything else that was sort of grayish?
That was Salvos and Wollongong. If anyone in sort of Sydney or that Wollongong area know the area, like it's a super expensive shop. It's right in the middle of like a uni sort of area, or trendy kids in there all the time. So they mark the hell up out of everything. We only really go there to utilize our 50% off coupons because otherwise there's no point going there for us. We picked up like 8 pair of G-Star just to optimize the 50% off coupons and some higher end items. We got that and a couple of other randoms, but nothing crazy like that in the same thrift.
I always like, I don't know, when I find one thing, I'm always just like, there has to be something else here. Like I just get that like extra adrenaline to keep looking harder. And if I haven't found something in the first like 10, 15 minutes, I'm like, oh, this is shit. Like
that was the one, if you follow our Instagram, that was the place that was trying to sell retro 2018 Parkway Drive tour shirts for $12 and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous. So you can imagine what else they're trying to mark up there.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you got a good deal on that one. My mum sent me some photos yesterday. I don't know, day before. They went out garage sailing, and they live in the middle of pretty much nowhere, down near Creaky Bay. I don't know if you guys know where that is, near Fortuna. And yeah, they had a garage sale. Mum sent me, she found an Xbox for $5, and I was like, do they know if it works? And she's like, they said there's a red ring around the Xbox, which I was like, that's the ring of death. Like, don't buy that one. But then she sent me a photo about 5 minutes later of this Sony Walkman that she picked up with its box and all the accessories for $5. So she's probably going to bring that my way when she comes down this way. So I'll be very happy when that comes.
I hope she sells it to you for $20.
She knows too much now. She starts pricing higher. No, she's good. She usually brings down a bunch of boxes as well. I don't know if you guys' family does that for you. It keeps like packing material and stuff.
Sometimes when they're nice to me, my parents like to fucking throw their shit out straight away.
There you go, it was $2.
$2. Woo. Well, Jolene, you're going to turn $2 into 20. So
she better not try that.
Do it. Do it.
Cara's saying country towns have got the goods, and that's kind of like when you and Frankie went out, Rob. Like going to those new ones. Like when you walk into a new thrift, you pay so much more attention than you do if it's a regular one, because you're taking in all your surroundings. You're trying to work out the layout of the store and where things are. Did you find that you spent more time in those new ones than ones that you've been in before?
100%. There was only about three or four new ones, but the first one we went to was this church one up in the hills, and we drove. So we got to the first one at 9 o'clock in the morning. We left here at 8, so it took an hour to get there, and we went right up into the hills. So the furthest one away, and it was just this church that's only open for 2 hours. I think 3 days a week, and there was a lot of people in there as well. And we were straight away hunting, like we were looking through everything, and we got a few cool bits and pieces and all that. Like I got that Smurfs record and all that, which we're going to keep for ourselves that I showed you boys. But there was a few good stuff in there, but you definitely look more compared to the places that you've been. The places that you've been, you kind of know where to go and you skip all the fucking shit areas. But that's probably doing us harm, because there's probably good stuff there where we keep skipping, but because we think that we know that store's layout, they might have changed some stuff. So maybe we got to stop doing that.
Yeah, I always like, depending who I'm with and how long we're out for, but I always try, like I hit my hot sections first, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to like test myself on an area that I don't usually look at, just to like try and learn something new every time, because there's so much stuff out there, and you see there's so many other resellers that you see around, like you can pick them from a mile off, and they're still picking stuff up. So there's obviously other markets that we don't know, and we still are leaving profit behind. So
heaps.
Jada, what about you? You got many that you haven't hit in your area that you want to get to, or are they all been hit up by Jada?
Yeah, no, I've hit them all up here. The ones that are still going for sure. There's kind of outskirts. I want to hit up more Melbourne. The plan was this year to go to Melbourne, and I've only done the one trip there, and that's not looking good. I don't know how long before I'll get over that way now. So basically for me, I've hit everything that I'm aware of. I've hit up here, but I mean, it's not a huge city. So as I've mentioned before, there's about 20. I've hit all them spots up. And then Geelong, I go there a bit, but outside of that, I haven't been anywhere. So got to get outside the box soon. But at the moment, we're stuck in our box because this virus is spreading quick, and it's hit our town now. So
really,
8 confirmed cases now here where I am. So I think as of probably tomorrow, I reckon we'll be locked down again. So
that's insane. Like, yeah, like it's going again, and it's going that hard. Like, yeah, it's in Victoria, but it only takes one person to come across somehow, whether they be an essential worker or not, and pass it on, and then it's going to take off everywhere else again. So
exactly right. Yeah, it's nuts. There was one of the cases that was confirmed yesterday. It was in a nursing home too, which isn't good. So that's always a worry.
That's danger territory for sure. Drew, you guys hit everything in your surrounding area? You got tons that you need to go to still, or your Sydney's pretty big?
I generally, we've hit up probably everything within an hour, and then every now and then I try and look for a new cluster a bit further away. But every time I plan on going there, we don't get out of the door till like 9:30. I'm like, I don't want to get there at 11. I'd rather just do the local ones and get home in a reasonable time. But every now and then we'll make the effort and get out to a new cluster. There's a couple of new ones we've been going to probably once a week for the last month that have been quite nice for us. So always definitely looking for new ones, especially those smaller church ones, which are pretty few and far between where we are.
They you can take some crazy deals. Is there a $1,600 fine? Is that what that is? I'm presuming.
It must be back. There was the first time around. I know that much. I think Melbourne potentially. I think Ken's in the city somewhere off the top of my head. I know they're locked down pretty hardcore, like where Maddie is, James, some of those guys we speak to, they're locked down hardcore at the moment. So, yeah, that one could be back. I'm not really sure. That doesn't apply here. I know in the city, if you do have to go out, it's compulsory to wear a mask now. And they suggest for us on the outer skirts, outer suburbs to wear one, but it's not compulsory for us just yet. But yeah, I assume that fine may be back.
Yeah, that's it's pretty.
I did see on the news today that if you don't wear a mask in Melbourne City, you will get fined. Wow. You will get a fine. It's compulsory in Melbourne to wear a mask out.
That's yeah, it's. I think in a way we were sort of starting to relax and be like, all right, it's all kind of going to get back to normal. And now for this second wave to come through, it just kind of shows like how quick it can go if you don't do the right thing. So
being winter, like we're in it for a few more months at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that was always the big risk is we kind of, when it first came out, was still summer, like coming out of summer where we had good heat, but winter, there's always bugs going around, and if something's going to take hold, it's going to be then. So maybe some interesting times ahead. And I guess, yeah, for the Vic guys, sourcing is going to be a potential problem. So I guess, Judd is probably the only one that's going to directly feel that straight away. But do you have a lot of stock sitting around, Judder, or do you have some plans to get somehow?
Yeah, I still have a bit there. I still have a couple of contacts that I can get stuff in. I'm just crossing my fingers it doesn't get too strict here. As I said, I'm about an hour and a half away from Melbourne, so hopefully we still have the op shops and that to go to. But look, at the end of the day, if that does happen, I do have a bit of stuff there. I do have something else up my sleeve in the coming week that could fill me up on stock for a good long time. So I think I'll be right. I think the pile's big enough. A couple of bulk deals this week too, which is loaded up. So hopefully I'll be right, and hopefully it doesn't last too long.
Yeah, definitely. I guess or for all the guys, like that first wave of COVID, did it kind of change the way that you look at your stock on hand? Were you like, oh, I'm glad to have a bit of a death pile, like instead of I know for us, because we got a couple big lots, we're probably set for quite a while, but it definitely, I kind of needed that because when we're going out and sourcing, there's like nothing is coming out in Adelaide. We're going out for hours and hours when we do go out and finding like 4 or 5 items. So it's, I think it'll definitely change a few things, even if it is just one more wave. Like it's definitely going to change the way people approach things, I think. So
definitely, I was blessed to have absolutely heaps and heaps and heaps of stuff in a death pile just from all those boxes of videos and DVDs and all that type of stuff. And then when it hit, I was like, you little beauty, gives me a chance to go through it all because I was just still, because that was just all like pocket change stuff. You know what I mean? So I was always going out trying to find the big stuff. But while that hit, hey, put the pocket change up.
That first one that hit, we were kind of almost at the bottom of our death pile because Jazz had been like finished work and kind of like working through it. And then I was like, man, we need to get stuff, otherwise we're going to be screwed. So definitely keeping a death pile. What about you, Drew? And I know you guys got a fair bit this week, but are you kind of trying to stock up just in case it happens again? Or
well, when the first sort of wave, as you call it, really came around, we weren't too concerned. Like at the end of the day, our jobs looked pretty stable from the get-go. So we don't rely on eBay too much to fund our lives or anything. It's more just a side business to build up to a point where we can try something else. But we generally get by week to week in terms of sourcing and listing those items. We don't really have much sitting around. So we got through all that stuff and listed quite quickly. I think we bought 1 or 2 little DVD hauls on Facebook to just get the numbers of items in, but obviously at a lower sort of ASP. But that's pretty much the only change that we did. But yeah, we generally roll week to week, but now getting worse. We're trying to be a bit more proactive and just potentially get a week ahead at the very least to sort of push us through. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ken's set for about a year, I reckon. Okay, Neville, good to see you. Yeah, definitely. I think it definitely changes the way you look at things because if that stream runs out, whether you're doing it full time or part time, and even as a part time, you want to keep stock coming through your store so it remains active. Definitely. I think it does change the way you think a little bit. And I'm definitely not worried that I have a crap load of stuff to list because if I can't get stuff, at least I've got that. So it might put a little bit of a hold on some of the $5 challenge stuff, which will be interesting. But there's still a lot of people going pretty hard on that. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Speaking of dog shit, because it's been a bit of a dog shit week with COVID coming back, I'll get up our segment of the week, dog shit of the week, boys. So, Robbie, what's your dog shit of the week been? You dog shit free? Or
I was almost dog shit free, and then I fucking dog shitted myself. I dog shitted myself. I fucking saw it, and I stood in it, and when you list, this is for everyone. When you list, fucking have a good look at. Read everything when you listed. I listed 6. Stargate. Yeah, Stargate. No, something like that. Stargate. I think it was Stargate DVD seasons, and I put from season 1 to 6, which I thought they were, and photos and all that. But the photo clearly showed that the 6th DVD was season 7. When we went to package it today, I messaged the buyer and I said, just to let you know, the photos do show it is season 7, but I've written season 1 to 6. He fucking spat it at me. This is very inconvenient. I have brought fucking season 7 to 10 from JB Hi-Fi. I needed season 1 to 6. I was like, well, sorry, the pictures show, but yes, my wordings, you should have looked at the pictures as well. But not his fault. I said, do you still want them or I'll refund you? Yes, give me season 1 to 5 and give me a discount. I said, all right, I'll fucking take $10 off for you. So I took $10 off for him. He's like, I said, no worries, I'll take $10 off for you and I won't give you season 7. And all he wrote back was, that is exceptional. That is exceptional. I was like, yeah, no worries, bud. I was like,
it turned a potential dog shit into a sale still, which is
still a sale. I've still got to give him his $10 back. I haven't done that yet, but that's dog shit. Make sure you look at it's a human error, 100%, but just make sure when you're listing stuff, you do look at every little thing. I got excited and thought it was all 6 seasons, and it was 1 to 5 and 7.
Easy enough to do. I've got one to share similar to that later on. But Cody has dropped in. Good to see you, Cody. Thanks for being here. Shut up. Dog shit of the week. How are you going this week?
I'm dog shit free, but I was almost dog shit. And my boy Hollywood up here saved me from a dog shit. So I don't generally do auctions very well, hardly at all, but I picked up all these little figures through the week, and there was a shitload of them, and I just thought I couldn't find an exact comp. There was it was a unique amount that I had. There was, people had sold some individually for just random ass prices. I just thought, bugger it, I'm going to chuck like $20 on it as an auction and just see where it goes, because I knew I could get a decent price for them. So I've done that, listed it, and like Rob mentioned, not looking through your listing properly on that before you list it, I get a message from Hollywood a few hours later, dude, pull this auction now, pull it, fucking, this is no good. I said, what's going on? And I'd actually put it as an auction and to buy it now. So the auction started at $20, the buy it now is at $30. And I knew it was going to fetch more than that eventually, and he knew that because he's actually sold the same thing or similar thing. So almost a dog shit, but my boy saved the day. So super Hollywood.
I was thinking, what are you doing? Why have you got to buy it now for $30 and you got it starting an auction at $20? You can get $70 for this. I was like, what are you doing?
That's so easy to do as well. So that is one to check when you are doing auctions, that you're not putting a low bite now on it, because you don't want to screw yourself over.
No.
Jazz was talking about part of our dog shit, so I'll get to that in a minute. But
a neutral.
Drew.
Rob, you need a fucking cape or something. You're like a hero.
Well, when you're listing toys, and I know a lot about toys, I was just like, whoa, dude, no. Dude.
Save the day. Drew, how's any dog shit this week? Or
no dog shit, maybe a dog fart or two. Just a couple of cancelled orders today. We had 2 pairs of shoes that were sold, or supposed to be sold, for like 150 plus. And then 2 separate buyers cancelled it because they were the wrong size, even though obviously correct size in the listing, everything like that, and item specifics, and they both cancelled, which fucking sucks.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
Shoes annoy me with that sort of stuff, because I had a pair of I think they were like Blundstones or something. They were new, and I was messaging this guy. It was a size 10, clearly inside of size 10. He goes, "Oh, can I grab a size 12?" And I'm like, "I don't have a size 12." And he's like, "Oh, well, can you let me know when you get a size 12?" I'm like, probably not going to get one. But he kept messaging me back and forth. And he's like, "Oh, maybe I can squeeze into a 10." I was like, "You're not squeezing into a 10, mate. I'm just going to cancel this order because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to send it. It's not going to fit. I'm going to have to pay postage back because we do free return." So I just cancelled it, and I was like, "Look, man, if I ever find a 12, I'll let you know. But I'm never going to find a 12 with that exact same style. Like, you must have thought we were like a big retailer or something and just had the same style of shoe in the whole store." I was like, no. But our dog shit, I have 2 dog shits. One's like a little shart that's not much on the radar, and then I have one that I'm pretty annoyed about. So we'll go with the neutral first. It's a little shart, no big deal. These things happen. We had, I think it was 7 loose PSP games. And Jazz has been smashing through stuff, so easily done. One of them was a movie, so they have those mini discs that are playable, and they look exactly the same as the PSP games. So we just lotted them together, sold them, not realizing that one of them was a movie. Buyer got 6 games in a movie rather than 7 games. So they left us in neutral, saying one of the games was a movie. So not a big deal, easily to do, but we'll be double checking all those before we send them. And because they were loose as well, it was a lot easier for us to do that. Like if they're in a case, it'd be a lot easier to tell. But because they were loose games, we just didn't look at them close enough to realize.
That's a bonus. You can watch a movie now. What a little prick.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, look, he didn't want any money back or anything like that, so that's kind of a win. But the dog shit of the week is I will be back to working from the office as of Wednesday. So I'm not very happy about it. They're sending me back to the office to work on a project, a new project that's starting, but I'm the only one from my team going back. So the rest of them are going to be chilling at home, eating the bloody raspberry strudel or something, and I'm going to be sitting in the office with people getting Rona or something. So
Raspberry strudel.
well, I don't know what they eat. Fucking
Pop-Tart or something like that.
yeah, something like that. So look, I was talking to boys about it earlier in the week, and obviously you can't complain because I'm still employed and still working, but it's definitely been a lot nicer rolling out of bed and rolling in here than getting on a bus for 50 minutes one way and 50 minutes back.
Ooh,
so.
Bloody oath. I know the pain of the train ride.
So I'm hoping that they just say, oh, look, we'll get you to work on this for 2 weeks and then you can go home again. But we'll see. I don't like my chances. So that's dog shit of the week. A bit of dog shit. Some interesting ones there. Some avoided dog shit, some sharp, and some dog shit farts by the sound of it. So, some new analogies for the boys.
Dog farts are still horrible. You should smell them.
okay.
The dogs had kangaroo for dinner.
It's fart, shart, then proper dog shit, that progression.
I think that's where it is. And if it's a real bad one, then you got the runs, right?
Well, the shart's not that very nice either because a shart is in your pants, really, isn't it? Because you farted and shit. So really, that's
up there, isn't it? Up there.
It's more of a cleanup, really. So,
all right, boys, we've started a little bit of a trend of favorite style of the week. Now, you guys have been pulling it pretty randomly, so I sort of got ahead of time and sent you guys a quick message so that everyone knew what was going on. Otherwise, we have been scrambling the last few weeks. Favorite sale of the week. The chat can drop their favorite sale of the week as well, and we'll bring them up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this in any appropriate order, but I'll give it a crack. All right. I don't even know whose is who at the moment. I know which one that one is. So I believe this is one of yours, Rob.
Did you get rid of the buyer's name? Leave that there.
There you go.
Fucking Jenny. Yeah, this is. I found this a few weeks ago. This was one of my $5 challenge items that I did enter. Yeah, I found that for $3. I think it was $3 or $4. So I got $70 for that, and they paid for their own postage, so they should. So yeah, that's pretty good. I haven't actually gone onto the website and entered that I've sold that yet, but that's pretty good. From it was $3 or $4. I think it was $3. So that's pretty sweet. No, $2.50. $2.50. There you go.
And you also got this one here.
Yes, and that was the same day I picked that up, and it sold on the same day as that computer game with someone different. $70 there, and that cost me $2.50 as well, part of my $5 thrift challenge. So I just gave my two best ones as the $5 thrift challenge because I got two lots of $70 there to chuck on my thing. So I'm getting closer to my box of basketball cards. Seeing as you didn't let me put on the thing that just sold now, which I just got $300 for, but you didn't let me enter it because I couldn't find my receipt. Couldn't find my receipt. Found my receipt for the for that iPad thing, but now I don't know where that receipt is. I found the receipt, but now I don't know where the receipt is. But I still hasn't even taken photos, so it doesn't matter.
I think you just wanted to put that one in there because it's got Thrustmaster in the title. I think that's
I know.
Does it
Yeah.
have a big suction cup on the bottom to sit on a table or something?
Yeah, it's for. I actually looked it up. I did a good research of that one. 2 different things come up for Thrustmaster. So like this big Thrustmaster come up like that.
Did you get lost in the other dark web with that or what?
Yeah, quickly got off that page. But it's for aeroplane games apparently. So if you're into your aeroplane games and all that, look out for those. So that was $2.50, and I hadn't tested it. I hadn't tested it, and $70. No,
You take that every day.
$70. No testing. I put not tested in the.
Next up, we've got Jutta. This was a pretty insane sale. And you might
I didn't test it.
What you ended up paying for this one as well.
So I paid 12 cents for this one. I was pretty happy with that. For anyone that follows me on Instagram, I put a post up yesterday or the day before. I picked up a bulk lot of vinyl. I sent it on Facebook Marketplace. Right place, right time, because it popped up while I was having my lunch, and that one was on top, so I knew APDP could value regardless. So he didn't have a price. I just sent him a message. I said how much, and he said make an offer. So I thought I'll give it a crack. $50. Yep, done. Sweet. To start with, I was actually annoying him for more photos. I want to see if there was more of this stuff in there. I was just like keen as, but I thought people are going to be jumping all over this shit. Just got to pay up. I know I'm going to get money out of this thing, and then work out the rest. Didn't realize how many there were. There ended up being 415 of them. So, so I had to actually, I wouldn't have even bothered counting them, but I thought there's a couple in there that I want to add for this $5 thrift challenge, with this being one of them. So I was pretty happy with that. 12 cents into $220. Ain't bad.
Why was that one worth so much? Like, what's the is it that obviously a rarer print or something?
Yeah, it's just an original print, and a lot of the AC/DC stuff is just through the roof. It's the same with kind of a lot of those sort of bands, the metal bands and stuff. It's just not as probably mass produced as what a lot of the pop stuff was too. And the original prints, they have been reproduced since. I know there is repos and stuff that you can get. I think they're $50 plus. Rob would know more about this than me. Yeah. He's more into the vinyl than I am, but just the original prints, and it's an Australian print too. The original Australian prints, if you can get them, the titties. There's a couple in there that are pretty good value, but there's none of the other ones are gonna end up like this. There's none that'll be probably 100 plus, I don't think, but a lot of $30, $40, $50 ones. So
be careful with the republished ones, and that you could get stung for them if you do say it's an original print. I was going to do a video a few weeks ago. I still didn't do it. I will do it eventually for you all, of how to check to see if they're original prints or not. And just because, remember, I said I was going to do that Kiss record thing. I was going to show with the Kiss records. But a lot of the, with AC/DC and the Kiss and a lot of the metal bands, like Jetta said, there is a lot of rarer ones where Australian releases for the original release and the original press, different covers. Only slightly, but different covers. So a lot of people do love that. So I will do a video on how to double check that, because it is necessary, and it's simple as all hell once I show you all on a video. Easy.
That'd be awesome. Because I sort of collect a few here and there, but I don't know like the in-depth stuff like that, so that would definitely be cool. I might
even chuck in how to clean the wire on the video, how to clean and all that type of stuff as well, like, and about scratches as well, because there's certain scratches that you cannot get out.
That'd be awesome. That'd be very helpful. Drew, this one's one of yours.
Yep. Am I the only one that uses dark mode, or obviously?
I don't rock dark mode, but I run the normal. So
it's the Batman mode.
Yeah. These were just a pair of, obviously, the title says Nike Zoom Kevin Durant basketball shoes. We picked this up at one of our new places. They have like clothing like 2 racks high, and then every now and then they have like a gap where they have a few shoes. And Sarah was in the next aisle over, and I was like, sent her a text being like, look at those black ones, and then sent her a photo of like some comp. She's like, fuck yeah, we'll grab them. They were 20, we did pay up for them, but they were super, super good condition. Gave them literally a 1 second brush, and then put the paper inside to puff them up and got them on there. And they sold overnight. So not crazy money, but a nice overnight flip and very easy to list and photograph and everything. So yeah, definitely loving the shoes at the moment, the ones that are paid for anyway.
Yeah.
Weren't your size?
They were exactly my size, but they just look. I'm heaps picky with that shit. I'm like, nah, I can't rock those.
20 to 80 in a night. Yeah, that's gold. You got to be happy with that.
Yeah.
I'll show you our sale of the week. Something a little bit different. So we sold this Smurfs figurines. I can't even say.
Oh yes.
Someone
Zoom in
say
on
that. PO something.
Oh, they're so cool.
So there was a lot of 27 that we picked up as part of this shed clean out that we did. So Jazz set them all up. They're all pretty cool. I think there's one little Smurfette looking a bit worried down there.
Oh, she's gonna get smashed.
And they ended up selling for $100. I took an offer of $100. They pretty much cost me nothing because they were out of the shed, and they've been sitting in a cupboard for like, I don't know, a good year and a half. So that was a nice little sale. So keep an eye out for older Smurf stuff.
Zoom in on Muscle Man, the one right hand bottom corner.
Hang on, right hand.
People listing those individually when you were looking at them, or
sorry,
Yeah.
but you just see any like listings of people like
cool.
individually or anything when you?
I didn't. I know Jazz looked at it. There was some that was sort of selling like $20 here and there. But we kind of just wanted to get rid of them all at once. We didn't want to spend a heap of time on them. And there was only specific ones that were worth sort of 20 each. So we're like, we'll just like there's a few duplicates there as well. So I was happy with $100 on 27 little figurines.
Yeah, they're good.
Keep an eye out for those when you're op shopping in a bag or something, the older style. That's very cool. We've got some awesome sales in the chat as well, so we'll try and catch up with those.
You should have got more for that. They do sell more for that for how many you had. If you had, you didn't have the guy. I was looking there closely. You didn't have the guy with the flower. That would have added some nice value. The guy with the flower.
Toby's favorite sale Christmas movie starring Jonathan Taylor Thomas for $35.
I Won't Be Home for Christmas. That one. Fucking good one. You get
10.
You got abandoned in the desert in Sanders. Oh, great film.
I haven't seen it in a while. I got Christmas movies annoying me. I'm not a very Christmassy person. Sold the full kit for Thrustmaster for $150.
Nice.
I did see this sale as well. He picked it. I'm pretty sure he got this out of. Yeah, he did get it out of Hard Rubber. Sure. 36's jersey that was signed by Mark Davis. He sold for almost $1,000. I think it was $9.99 or something. Which is pretty crazy, that sort of stuff. I don't know any of that gear. So he was flicking some messages around to a few of us, like, because I think he had an offer for $300, and we were like, well, we don't know the stuff. It seems like a good offer, but then he held out and got $1,000. So,
man, I told him to take it. He messaged me through the week, sort of asking about it, trying to work out who signed it. And I don't know much about sort of the Australian basketball, especially the older stuff. I'm trying to work it out, and then I thought, hang on, because I was looking at this signature wrong. I thought, hang on, this is this Davis fella, legend of South Australia, basically. And when he said he got offered $350, I'm like, fuck yeah, take it. Lucky he didn't listen to me because he got a game for it. I would have taken the $350 every day of the week.
That's the hard thing with that stuff. Like, you're just waiting for the right person, and obviously he waited long enough to get that right person because
it's super easy. It's stuff like that, you can't comp it. I mean, that's not something like that won't get found again in the next 3 months, that's for sure.
No.
And then it's just that it's impossible to comp it out, that's for sure. So sometimes shit like that is just worth going super high and wait for the offers to come in. And not always accept, because obviously you can get the maximum price for it. So that's impressive, and especially someone threw that in fucking bin.
People will be throwing out and donating their MBL shit because they just at the end of the footy season, like people get rid of their jerseys, and the end of the basketball season. Oh fuck, we're not going. It's too cold at the moment to wear this basketball jersey. I'm just going to fucking get rid of this. I don't need it. I'll get the new one when it comes out. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's crazy what people throw away. You just look at, like, I know that Staying My Own Lane has been doing some stuff. You look at Zach some of the stuff he picks up off the side of the road. You're just like, who would throw that away?
Right.
But all I seem to see is throwing out bloody mattresses and broken. I'm not looking at shit.
We don't really get anything here. That's not a thing.
Yeah, right.
I did find a signed Wildcats plush on mine and Frankie's thrift, and the signature on the back was a flipper curse. Someone wrote their name on the back. So a cool Wildcats plush could have been potential money, and someone had their name written all over it. It was not worth keeping. There was a lot of flipper curses actually the other day. I found a lot of stuff with their names written in it or on shirts and that. I don't know. Have you boys found lots of stuff lately with people's names on it?
Some of these vinyl have names on it, and one of just it's really small. It's not many, and it's none of the good ones, but there's some small names on them. But then one of them, like, oh yeah, fucking, I was going to send it to you. I was going to say flip the carrot. Then I rolled it over. It's actually the dude that sings in the band that's on it, and he signed it. I was like,
oh shit!
I can't remember who he was, or I got no idea who he is. Don't think it raises a value whatsoever because I think he's just a potato. But it's still signed, so that's a bonus. We'll get it up.
Not as good as my signed Kamal record.
I found a couple signed Adelaide Crows hats. Not that that's going to be worth jack shit at the moment, but a couple.
Is that Blakey?
I don't know.
That looked like a big.
Bickley.
I don't know.
On that point, like for someone that like me or some people in the chat have no fucking clue, is there like a website potentially where they will have like signatures to refer to for AFL or anything like that you guys know of? Or is there, how do you guys verify signatures and stuff basically?
Yes, the way I've done it in the past, I've had help before, but when I have worked it out myself, it's usually when they've written a number on it, like the number 35 or something, and then I can go back and look at, if it's Adelaide Crows, who's awarded the 35 and try and work out the era. I don't know if you do that. Brad, do you do similar? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. I just love players that can do a good signature, basically. If you can kind of basically pick the name out, it makes it so much fucking easier. But there was, for an example, the other day, Gary sent me a message and he picked up a DVD with some signatures on it. And it took me a bit. I kind of worked out same thing, name and number. There's a website. It's called alltimelist.com or all-time footy tables. I can't remember. I'll tell Brad. He can drop it in the chat later if anyone wants it. But you can actually find every player that's ever worn a number for a certain team. So you just say you want Sydney Swans. And I think the guy that signed it ended up being Jared Crouch. So I just worked out the number. I knew Gary's sort of area. I kind of was assuming it was going to be one of those teams, but you could just kind of see the outline of the name. I took a bit of guessing, but yeah, eventually worked it out. Went to that. Then all I did after that was just Googled Jared Crouch's signature, and then it comes up with footy cards and shit that's been listed on eBay. Matched it to that, sent that to him, and that's how I do it. I'm not sure if there's any actual authentication websites or not. Another good way to do it is simply Facebook group. Get someone else to do your dirty work for you. Go into, say you pick something up, say Brad picks up that Adelaide Crows hat, just join a Adelaide Crows group or a forum. There's Big Footy on bigfooty.com. That's another good one. Make an account, just put it up. Say, does anyone know who this is? Found this hat? Then someone's going to do your dirty work for you. Probably.
Yeah, definitely. And once you sort of have an idea, then it's just about looking for the same signature, and then you can usually match it. So
yeah,
that helps.
An Australian cricket hat with the team, like fuck. There's no obviously like a number would be great, but if it's just a random bunch of players from one year on an Australian side, took a bit of time to narrow it down. But yeah, numbers would help if it's like a single jersey or something.
Yeah. Toby said, just ask me. He helped me with the Nicky Lauda one, which was pretty cool. Once we got onto that one, we were pretty happy. But yeah, there's a few out there that I think I even spoke to him about one of these, and I'm pretty sure we couldn't even narrow it down because we thought it was potentially Birdman, but then apparently it might not have been. So yeah, some of them are just too ineligible to even make out unless you really know what you're looking at. But
yeah,
you can get
Is
a
there
good signature.
any update on the Niki Lauda? You still waiting to put it to an auction?
Yeah, I did say to Jazz the other day we should probably just list it up on eBay until the auction houses come back properly and just list it stupid high. My only concern with that is that it goes to a low feedback account. That's my only concern with like high value items. But I'd put signature and track it properly, obviously. But I think we will put it on eBay and we'll just list it at a stupid number and put offers on. If someone wants to offer me something stupid on it, well then I'll probably take it. But yeah, I'm a bit nervous with putting it on eBay because of the potential value of it. I really want to put it in an auction, but I just don't know how long that's going to take with all this COVID stuff. So
Yeah,
it's sitting in a very safe place at the moment, but I'm getting a bit antsy with it because I'd like to see what it's going to turn into. So yeah.
Jazz reckon you lost it by the looks of it.
Oh God, I hope not.
Like he's ripped it up or something.
No, it's somewhere in that. Unless she'd moved it, she's probably moved it, trying to hide it from me. But yeah, that's what I think we will list it on eBay. Just give it a shot. I saw what's that Peter Brock one, pretty similar, listed for $5,000. So I don't know. I'll shoot real high on it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
it happens. Fuck it.
Yeah, well, you never know on that stuff. Some of these guys pay stupid money. If it's the only one that they can find and they're the only one that's around, then they'll pay silly money. And I think being the last year of the Grand Prix in Adelaide helps it as well. Sort of gives it a bit more desirable, which is nice. So we're pretty close to the hour mark, boys. So we might as well talk about what's coming up on the channels this week. I know, Rob, you've been busy with not only your main channel, but your side channels. So you might as well give them both a plug while we're here.
Yes, been mucking around with Hack and Slash TV, which everyone is that I've sent it to so many people have subscribed, but no one's watching the bloody videos. So
I need to catch up.
You gotta watch them as well as subscribe. But that's all good. Yeah, no, just got some funny stuff on there, just about horror movies. But on this channel, VHS Thrifter, I'll do the footy live this Wednesday, and then this weekend coming up, because I'm back at work this weekend coming up, I will edit a few videos, and then I am back on ball, regular videos like usual, back on ball. And yeah, I'll so not this week, just the live this week, and then I'll be back on ball next week with all the content that everyone loves, and maybe some lives. I was going to do some game show lives as well, so we'll still been wanting to do that amazing with these guys. Amazing and drink to it, and still want to do that elimination chamber with these guys. So.
ready when you are, bro.
Yeah, good. I've just been playing so many video games on this. I've been having so much me time, watching horror movies and watching horror movies and playing games.
You've been working hard on that other channel, so there's plenty going on.
I have worked hard on that. So yeah, I don't have the link to chuck in there, but it's all good. But I might do it while you're talking to the other guys.
Jazz has got you.
Oh, Jazz got me? Oh, thanks, Jazz. Appreciate that. So, yeah, if you do subscribe, can you please just have a little watch, because everyone's subscribing, but they're not watching. So it's some good stuff. And it's just for fun as well if you like your horror movies and movie reviews. But stick with this channel, because we're still going to be doing some good stuff on here and showing what we got. And definitely got that one with Frankie coming out, not this week, the week after. Some of the stuff he got as well. Oh, man.
That'd be sweet. Flipper, what's cracking on with you at the moment?
Yeah, no plans. I got a heap of footage shot from the last probably 2-3 weeks, and I just haven't done anything with it. Just as mentioned, I've had a fair bit going on of late. So, and then I was going to do a video this week, and then the household got crook, and I haven't been out. So, no plans. But if I get some time, I'll bang a couple of these together and might get something small up. But in the coming weeks, as my job disappears, I'll be full time, and there'll be quite a few videos coming out. So
Love it.
Give me a couple of weeks and we'll be back into it.
Drew, you dropped one over the weekend, but you said you got a couple more on the horizon there.
Yeah, so we got just like a mini thrift haul, sort of a boring one just from 2 shops. That'll be a real quick video. But I think the next one that comes out will be like another thrift haul, of course, like reveal. We went to the bins. So there's bins here in Sydney. We didn't film inside just because it was like our first time and it was a bit awkward and stuff. But a bit of an experience. We had fun. We got some cool sort of random items, nothing crazy like $100 or anything. But I guess we give you guys an indication of what's available in a setting like that. You spend ages going through hundreds and hundreds of items to pick up one every now and then. I think we spent like 3 or 4 hours there. It was probably worth it overall, but might be cool just for everyone to see what we sort of found. Definitely eager to get back, but they've shut down for 2 weeks now.
No.
I think there's a COVID scare there or something potentially.
Wow, that'd be cool. I've always wanted to sort of see like what you can get out of bins because like we don't really have them here, but I've heard Zach talking about it a little bit, so it'd be cool to see what you guys did. I know you were talking to us earlier in the week about it. But
heaps of resellers there, like cha-chings, like all the whole time. I'm just like, come on, like, put it on silent, like come on.
Yeah, make it half not as obvious, right? What do we got this week? Tuesday, we got a live. We're going to do ROI versus time because a lot of people talk about ROI as like a really important factor in your business, but I don't think a lot of people talk about the time involved in doing stuff as well. So we're going to talk about that. That should be a good one. I've done up a little ASP calculator for that one as well, just to throw a bit of tech stuff in there. So that'll be some fun. Friday, I managed to pull together a bit of footage from the last 2 weeks, sort of explaining more about why we leave things in a thrift store. So we always show what we pick up, but we don't always show what we leave. So we've done a bit of a when to walk video, which I think is a little bit different. So that should be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that one. And obviously we will be, where are we next week on World Wide Reselling? Over on Drew's channel. Look more hustling, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe for all the boys. The links are in the description, so you can go over and sub to all the lads. Plenty coming out in the next week or so for the boys, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of mischief happening as well. So whenever Rob's around, you know there's mischief. So you keep an eye out. I did see a question before we head off from Staying in My Own Lane, talking about what cameras we use. So I don't know what you boys. I know, Rob, you've got a GoPro type camera, is that right?
I do, and like I said, which was cheaper, we got that $10 head strap for the GoPro instead of the bag one, which was $80, and Kelly just sewed it onto didn't sew it, yeah, kind of sewed it on the bag strap, but I am not filming inside op shops at the moment, just on the outside of them and in the car and that because of the troll from Hack and Slash TV. So yeah, I'm just staying away from that at the moment from people that cause other people problems. So we'll just lay off that at the moment, but that is the way to do it. And be careful when you are filming inside thrift stores. Not that it's ever happened to me, but with school holidays and all that as well, just be careful when you've got your camera on you. When there's children around, always take that off, because I tell you what, if I had a kid and I saw someone walking around with a camera, I'd be pretty pissed off. So just be careful when you do film.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's good advice for everyone. And there's definitely, you definitely have to be careful. What about you, Flipper? What are you rocking these days?
iPhone 12.
Oh,
That's all I need. If I'm wandering around and you can see what's going on, I'm wearing a flanny and it's in the top pocket. Other than that, it's facing me and I'm talking to it. So that's all I use.
Works perfect. We did that for quite a while before investing in a camera.
That's the way I did it too.
Yeah. I thought about upgrading, but I thought, what's the point? It does the trick. I got better quality out of an upgraded phone, so it'll do for me for now. Yeah,
definitely. Drew, what are you guys using at the moment?
Honestly, like just my iPhone. Like I'm a bit of a tech guy. I love my gadgets and stuff, and I have a GoPro and like a decent camera and stuff, but I use my iPhone 90% of the time, whether it be in the thrift or in the car or at home. It's just so convenient. Plenty of space. Image quality is crazy. For me, it's easy to dump my footage onto my iMac here straight away. So yeah, it's super, super convenient.
Yeah. I've got a few different things. Sometimes I use the phone depending where we are. I've got a GoPro 8 and we also have a Canon GX7, which is like one of the better blogging cameras.
Yeah.
I do really like the quality that gives you, but the mic, you can't buy an external mic for it. So if you're in any sort of wind, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think you need to invest a lot of money, especially if you're just starting out a channel. I think definitely just use your phone or whatever you got on hand. It doesn't have to be super good quality, because a lot of people just want to see what you're up to. You're not like presenting any crazy like graphics or anything. You're just showing what you're doing. So I don't really think you need to invest a heap of money. Obviously,
No.
We used our phones for a long time before we upgraded, and we probably didn't need to, but you know, I just wanted to kind of try and upgrade the image quality a little bit, but you definitely don't need to. So don't spend heaps of money if you're sort of just starting out. Is probably
I've always had cameras, so that's the only reason why I always upgrade. But if your phone's just as good.
Yeah, not for in the store. I don't know. Fuck, I can't see myself walking into a store with a camera on a fucking tripod with a mic on there. Like,
Yeah.
it's us.
Hi guys, great chat. Have an opportunity to pick up 2000 VHS tapes, super cheap. Am I crazy to consider it?
Not crazy at all.
I think Rob would be all over that.
Not crazy at all. Depends if you're going to get them for less than 50 cents to 20 cents each. That'd be great if you're going to get that many. So then you can bulk load off to other people, all the ones that you don't want. But do your research before you buy them, and don't get them at a stupid price, and you'll make some money. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think there's money in everything if you buy it at the right price. And some of you guys, have sold some crazy VHS tapes. Like, there's definitely good ones out there. You just have to find the right ones. So.
Exactly.
Make sure they don't have the flipper case.
Check the outside, the inside of the cover. Check the side of the cassette, the back of it. Check everything. And hey, look, at the end of the day, it didn't really matter because they still sold. Collectors still want them.
Exactly.
I've still done all right out of that lot. So. Yeah. Look, if it was me, 2000, it depends what super cheap is. Super cheap could be different to everyone, but
yeah,
super cheap sounds good to me. And if there's 2000 of them, yes, buy them. Make sure you got the space for them, though. I mean, if you live, you've already got a massive amount of inventory, and then you only live in a little unit, and then where are you going to put them all, sort of thing? Because look, when it comes to VHS, a lot of them probably are going to be crap, but there is going to be, hopefully, some gems in there for you. So
if there's 2,000 of them, there's going to be some damn good gems. But
something in there, surely. All right, guys, we've passed the hour mark. So thanks to everyone for coming along for another episode of Wide World of Reselling. Next week, we're over on Look Bomb Hustling's channel, hitting it up again for a Sunday evening. So come out and hang out over there for some dog shit and some general banter. And we will see you next time on Wide World of Reselling. Thanks, boys.
Bye.
all right.